Well, howdy there, and welcome to Rosewater. I am your host, attackslug. This is a point-and-click adventure game out now on Steam for a price of $19.99. As always, full disclosure, they sent me a copy, linked down in the description. Let's hop in here and adventure us some from the creators of Lamplight City, which I did a video review on back in 2018. It's been a while. And that game was very much an alternate history. This continues that alternate history after the events of Lamplight City. So it's not a sequel, but it is in the same universe, and it does kind of follow right after those events. That game was good, and you should play it, but you don't have to, is what I'm saying. So, we now, currently, must find ourselves a wagon for an adventure we are on to get some dinero, if you will. And this game does have branching paths, which means that actions I took earlier in the game might affect who I'm talking to in the current version of what I'm playing now, which means that things might go poorly. But first, I am, at heart, a journalist, and I must report on my current findings, because this all started with an interview, and it kind of just, you know, as any good adventure does, spiraled out of control. And there is indeed full voice acting in this game. So let's head upstairs, let's just click past that, and then talk to our boss here.
Good to see you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some aurum.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following Jake around, gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear it. I like writers who go above and beyond.
Yeah, but also we gotta go find some more money.
What do you need?
I need the money to hire the transportation.
Joni, I'd like to ask, could I get an advance on my article?
What for?
The long and the short of it is that Jake has invited me on an expedition. I'll need some extra crowns to cover the expenses.
What kind of an expedition?
We're going to look for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Surely a far more interesting story, wouldn't you say?
You're right about that. Tales from the wild frontier are in vogue these days, and folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. But I like people who finish what they start. Get me your assignment, then we can discuss your next one.
Understood.
So that was a no. Alright, well, I'll be on my way then.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Because I know who I'm talking to. I may have...
Take care of yourself out there.
I may have stolen a thing earlier. And because there are branching paths, that was not how things had to go. Just kind of how they ended up going. I am playing on a mouse here, obviously. And so... we continue our trek without our current compatriots, which we have several. But, okay. This bum.
Maps of Rosewater! A steal for just 1 crown!
I stole the watch for him. This is gonna go interesting.
You just keep turning up like a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you, too.
What in the hells are you up to now?
I'm nearly afraid to ask, what in the Sam Hill are you doing now?
I'm selling maps of the town.
To whom, exactly? Near as I can tell, I'm the only new arrival. The locals in the market for maps of a town you can circumnavigate in 10 minutes.
You're a real stick in the mud, you know that?
Don't go anywhere.
Not like there's anywhere to go.
And granted, he would still have this pocket
Maps
watch.
for sale! Get your maps
So that might
here.
come into play later. But I'm looking for a certain person, and I have not quite located them yet. Now, like any good point and click, we do have our inventory here, so I can look what I've currently accrued in my inventory. I can look at it. Some things have different options to interact with, like smell.
Whoa! That'll put hairs on your chest.
Some tonic of the Wild West.
A wrench. Nothing spectacular about
I
it.
have not used the wrench yet. I'm not sure I actually will or not, but it's in my inventory, so, you know, there's that. But there's nobody else. Like, I can't go upstairs here, and I'm not sure where in town
Maps of Rosewater.
that is. It's
A
not a very big
steal
town. One of my compatriots, gentleman Jake, is handling his business in here, so I don't need to be in here just yet. So we're going to get out of that and head the other way. Perhaps it is outside of town. So there is an overall map in this current section of the game. So let's perhaps try doing that, because I don't think it's at the physician or the blacksmith, but I can check the blacksmith, honestly. Let's knock on the door. I may have broken a lock earlier. That may have happened. Well,
What do you want?
You're Lola Johnson, right?
Right. Who are you and what's your business?
Name's Harley Leger. My companions and I are headed to El Presidio, and we heard you've got a wagon for hire.
I do. How many are you?
5, including myself.
My fee is 40 crowns up front.
I don't have 40 crowns. I have like 15 crowns. Why so expensive?
Your fee seems a bit steep.
My price is my price. I don't haggle. Already been robbed once today. Don't intend to make a habit of it.
I wonder who could have stolen that watch you had hidden in the blacksmith thing. It totally was me.
Something of yours was stolen?
My pocket watch.
I see. What if I got it back?
I would be incredibly surprised. Unless there's something you know that I don't.
Let's just say I have my suspicions.
You and me both.
Okay, I'll come back
I'll come back later.
after dealing with Jem back over here, who has that watch that I totally picked that lock and stole that watch and such. Look, I had to get things done, right?
Feeling lost?
So,
Buy a map of
things got done.
Rosewater.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Now give it back.
You have something that doesn't belong to you.
Could you be more specific?
Lola Johnson's watch. I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
Okay, options here. Persuade, bribe, and threaten. This is indeed the Wild West. Let's try with a threat first.
You're on thin ice, kid. Hand over the watch or I might do something I'll regret.
No, you won't. We're in the middle of the town thoroughfare. You lay a hand on me, and everybody and his dog will see it.
Nobody likes you. Okay, there is the option to just knock him out, which, I mean, I could get arrested, but in the interest of a good video, let's just knock him out. Before I was a journalist, I had a different profession. So,
Let's give them a real show then.
pop!
Can't say I didn't warn you.
And I got an achievement for that. Alright, duck, you sucker. Knock him out. Alright then. And nobody cared.
Here it is.
Because again,
I'd better get this back to Lola quick.
that dude is a grifter and no one likes him. So, I said good day. Well then, I seem to have found your pocket watch. Imagine that. I stole it, I got it back. It's fine, no harm, no foul.
Here, I believe this belongs to you.
I'll be damned. Where did you find it?
Jem had it.
I might have known. Little bastard. One good turn deserves another. I'll knock 10 crowns off my fee.
Awful kind of you, but still a bit out of my range.
That's my final offer. Take it or leave it.
I'll come back later.
Okay, well now that I look at my journal and I have 15 crowns and I need 30 now instead of 40, which is still very high. And this kind of keeps track of the game thus far. So we must head to the Jolly Good Club in El Presidio, and I need to hire that wagon. So I know that my other guy is breaking his contract that he had to perform, so they probably aren't going to pay him. And my boss is not going to pay me. So that remains to be the question of where is that extra 15 crowns going to come from. And we'll see what's going on here. So, nothing. Locked. Okay, well we aren't doing that then. Alright, well there was nobody in the saloon to talk to. Jem's knocked out. So, let's try heading into the physician. And see if there's anything that can be gleaned from here. Yes.
Ah, Miss Leger, it's good to see you again. Nadine and Mr. Marquez were just telling me how you all were acquainted. Please do continue.
Okay, can I interrupt here for a moment and ask for some money?
Hey, Doc.
Miss Leger.
Those questions don't really help me, but...
Did you ever make the acquaintance of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Ha! Doctor. If that man's a doctor, then I'm Hippocrates.
Shall I take that as a no?
Miss Leger, I do not associate with lunatics and crackpots, especially those who recklessly cause the deaths of innocents. Now, let's not sully the good name of higher learning any further.
How about those cult wackos?
Have you met any members of the Luminarians?
I beg your pardon?
They're a community living near the old Clark laboratory.
Oh, those ethericity cultists. Yes, they do make their way into town on occasion. Sometimes the women come to me seeking certain remedies and prophylactics. And I've treated 1 or 2 cases of malnutrition. The desert is a hard place to make a home. Something about the old lab draws in the gullible and deluded. Lost souls searching for meaning.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
I mean, yes, but also we're broke, so...
Hey, Phil?
Looking forward to it?
Are you looking forward to our journey west?
I more look forward to what we will find at the end of it.
Right. Carry on.
Not helpful?
Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course. Pardon me a moment.
What was it like working here?
So, how was it working for the good doctor?
Well, he taught me everything I know about medicine. It was especially interesting during the rush. We had no shortage of patients then. I lost count of how many broken bones I set.
Looking forward to the trip?
Seems we've a big journey ahead. Are you excited for it?
Yes, but also a bit nervous. I've never been beyond this valley.
In that case, it'll be a treat.
This'll be quite the experience for you then. I guarantee you'll see things you'd never imagined.
For better and for worse, I suppose.
I'll leave you to your conversation.
Well, that was not useful in the vein of getting more money. I don't suppose the sheriff might help, because where else do I go? Sheriff!
Welcome back, Miss Legere.
I totally didn't steal your lockpicks from earlier. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Okay. These do not help me meet my goals, so I'm not gonna exhaust this dialogue.
Thanks for the chat.
Come back.
That didn't really help. Unfortunately, at this particular point in the story, I cannot leave this map, so I must stay in town until my travel woes are solved. And can I get a discount, like something else, lady? Come on. Little help?
You got the money yet?
Not yet.
Then stop wasting my time and come back when you do.
Boo! What if I were to wake up Jem with this concoction? Would that work? That's gaming logic.
I think he's had enough.
Oh, okay. I tried, though. I tried. I can't go past the street here, so... let's try to write the article. That seems...
All right, let's get this thing knocked out. But first... Okay, time to bring home the bacon. The big question, how to open?
Open with a positive account of the Wawa show.
From the moment he rode on stage astride a huge, steam-spewing mechanical horse, it could not be denied that Jake Ackerman was more than your typical copperpenny showman. Following that outstanding overture, Gentleman Jake's Wild West Spectacular proceeded in a similarly gobsmacking vein. Now, the middle section needs to recapture the reader's interest. Let's see.
Write about his ingenious escape plan. That didn't work.
They say the true mark of a person's character is how they behave under pressure. Mr. Ackerman showed nothing but resourcefulness when he found himself taken captive on one recent occasion, the details of which he was not at liberty to disclose. But he was able to recount his escape by means of a clever ruse involving the use of common household items. A true-life tale rivaling the plots of the most lurid copper novels. And now for an ending.
Conclude by praising Jake, his assistant, or Rosewater. Considering the article is about Jake, and we probably should do that, right?
All in all, Mr. Ackerman has shown the true qualities of a great leader and hero. May his adventures persist, and his tales continue to inspire and delight. All right, that should do it. Now, what should I title it?
A frontier hero comes to town.
A frontier hero comes to town. And done.
All right, now, upon delivery, I should get the cash I so desperately need.
Hello
from
again, Harley.
the boss lady. So in my inventory, we have our article. Select it, and then hand it in. Pay up.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see. Goodness, this account of the show is very descriptive. You've made me feel like I was there in the front row. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Not bad, Harley. Not bad at all. A few snips here and there, and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed.
Cha-ching. Look at that, 60 crowns.
I know what I'm working with. I'll have a think about your next assignment.
About that. How about that piece on the search for Clark's missing fortune? That'll be better than any old profile.
Sure enough. All right then. Clark's missing fortune it is.
I've got something else.
Oh? Do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Beaumont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid, all their crops were torched.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
I'm glad you think so, because their leader wants their story told. She's willing to be interviewed. She gave me this statement, too.
Powerful stuff. I'll pay a visit as soon as I can and see for myself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
Let's go.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
I have the money as requested.
You got the money yet?
Yep, right here.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside town at sundown. We'll head out then.
Fade to black. And it's sundown. It's a nice carriage. Very luxurious.
There you are. This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules. Rule 1. I'm your driver, not your friend. While we're moving, leave me be. That means no yammering in my ear about how pretty you think the mountains are. Rule 2. We stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule. Everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood. This ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker, so stick with me and you'll be fine. If you've got any questions, now's the time to ask.
How long is this trip?
Just how long do you expect this journey to take?
I reckon it shouldn't be more than 8 or 9 days, weather permitting. Anything else?
What if it's important?
Regarding your first rule, what if we have an emergency?
Then tell me. Just don't bother me with small talk. I need to concentrate on driving. Anything else?
That's pretty good. We're fine.
We understand. You'll have no trouble from us.
All right then. Let's get a move on. Time's wasting.
We are off, with the first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Presidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark.
The journey begins.
We have but a few days' travel before us, through the desert and mountains to reach the coast. I am rather looking forward to getting a better view of this part of the country. And should the scenery lack for diversion, I suppose I'll have recourse in the fellowship of my new traveling companions. Now that we've assembled in this unlikely venture, perhaps it's time we got to better know one another.
Feels good to be underway at last.
Yes, though I must admit I tend to become restless on long trips.
Well, we got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
And I shall leave that to you, partner. I am your host, attackslug. This is Rosewater, out now on Steam, $20, link down in the description. Thanks for watching, more videos right here. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.